Welcome back to the Earth to Marissa podcast. Today we are going to be talking about purging, releasing. We're going to do some channeled messages on dreaming versus delusion. And I also want to talk about this phenomenon that I have channeled in a lot of sessions recently with other people, and that's also been happening to me. And it's this memory feedback that is occurring so that we can release old energies from our being. But before we dive in, let's go ahead and talk about the mid-October energy update that I did. I just channeled that and it was really beautiful. Some really powerful messages came through surrounding the next 2 to 6 years actually, and what is in store for the next 4 year period, how this current 4 year period will play out. And it was very powerful. So go check that out. We talked about pain that's going to be resurfacing. A lot of us, how we are holding excess energy right now because we're being hit with a lot of energy. So definitely go check that out. And then you may have noticed, if you are a regular on this channel, that this YouTube channel is now called the Earth to Marissa podcast. It's going to be where you can find my channel messages, my meditations, energy activations, the podcast episodes, energy updates. And then I have another YouTube channel now that is called Earth to Marissa. And this is where I will just be posting my film little edits. I have been creating a bunch of fun and creative fall videos and just lifestyle videos and cooking videos. I am just exploring the realm of film once again in videography, and it's been really beautiful. And I'll talk a little bit about that today and kind of my inspiration as to why I wanted to start that second YouTube channel. But let's start off with the symbol cards. We haven't done these in so long. The symbol cards. I pulled 2 symbol cards today. Both of them flew out very quickly. We have the receive card. So beautiful. How can we sit in receivership? How can we be open enough to hold and create the capacity to hold and receive what it is that we need? I find that a lot of people are being asked to connect in with our higher mind right now. We're being asked to connect in with our intuition, with our own abilities, our discernment, and we have to be open to receive in order to get all that information, in order to navigate really the current times. What are you receiving too? This is a reminder to just check yourself on what you're intaking. Is what you're taking in benefiting you? Is it bringing a positive vibe to your life, or is it making you really fearful? Just check that and check where you're receiving. You can use this symbol to open up receiving, to see what you are receiving. These symbols really just intuitively work with your energy and bring forward what you need at the current time. So trust that. And then the other symbol that we have, I don't think this one has ever come through, and this is one of my newer symbols. This is the gift symbol. And let me just tune in and see what this symbol is encouraging us to do right now. What is your inner gift? What are you here to gift the world with? What are you here to share? How can you be of service? And this is really beautiful because I feel like a gift can either touch on receiving, but also giving. And I feel as though the giving resonates with me right now because I heard in a podcast the other day, a lot of us are wanting to receive. A lot of us are asking for more money. We're asking for this, we're asking for that, but not a lot of us are asking what we can give at this time. What can we give? How can we be of service? Because when we are of service, when we are giving, we automatically tap into that receivership. The universe has planted us here with these beautiful gifts to share with the world. Our purpose, our devotion, our ministry, or whatever you want to call it. We've been placed here with specific codes to give. And when we give that to the world, when we drop into that true essence of this is what I'm meant to do and I will follow that, we are supported, we are held, we are gifted the beautiful things that we need in order to keep giving. So, beautiful symbols, they absolutely resonate with what I've been going through, what we're going to be talking about today. Check them out, tap in. Today's affirmation, I had a remembrance moment. I was in meditation recently, and I had this remembrance of I can do anything. And that might seem super simple, but to actually feel it in the core of my being, I haven't experienced that in a very long time. That energy, that power that comes from that solar plexus of I can do anything. I can do hard things. I am limitless. I was working out with my friend the other day, and she said, I just keep reminding myself lately that I can do hard things. If someone else can do a hard thing, I can do a hard thing. And I love that. And it totally goes with this remembrance of I can do anything. If I put my mind to it, there are no limits. There are no limits. And this also ties into my other affirmation, which is seek discomfort. And now this is not original. I get this from Yes Theory. I don't know if y'all know Yes Theory. Yes Theory is a YouTube channel where they travel and meet strangers, and their whole motto is to seek discomfort, to seek the uncomfortable, because in the uncomfortable there is growth and there is expansion. And I feel as though in this chapter of my life, I did need to cocoon for a little bit. I needed to be at home. I needed to be alone. I needed to put everything down and just sit with myself and release and purge and heal and do a little quantum leaping, so then I can create the foundation to then pick that stuff back up from a centered, empowered state of being. But let me tell you, it can be really easy to get comfortable in your cocoon. It's really easy to get a little stagnant and to stop pushing those boundaries. It feels good to feel safe. And while I needed to create safety in my life, I think me feeling safe took over a little bit, and I stopped growing. I stopped expanding for a moment. And then, I will touch on this lightly, but some suicidal ideations start to creep in. Some lack of purpose, some lack of knowing what I'm doing here. When you stay safe, you stop changing and you stop growing and you stop evolving. And then everything feels like it's at a standstill. And that's when depression can creep in. That's when doubt creeps in. That's when all of these denser energies and emotions start to come into play, and you start to wonder why you're here. And I have been moving through a lot of that, and I do feel I'm in a good place. And it's been beautiful because it's brought me back to what it is I want to do on this earth. And again, this Saturn return energy has been course correcting me, right? Throwing me up in the air and trying to gently land me back into my ministry, my purpose, which really, when I think about it, it's to capture the beauty of the world and to share it with others. From day one, that has really been a huge part of my life. And that's the reason why I started film. That's the reason why I picked up a camera. That's the reason why I started a YouTube channel when I was in high school. It's because I saw other people capturing these beautiful moments, whether it was a makeup tutorial or a funny video or Shane Dawson talking about conspiracy theories or just something, you know, dumb on old early 2000 YouTube. It helped me to see that there was more to the world than my current reality. I struggled a lot with depression, eating disorder, um, suicide, and a lot of just really dark and dense mental health issues when I was younger, when I was a teenager. And YouTube was a huge outlet for me. It was a very large source of joy in my life when joy was very minimal. And from that point on, I knew I want to create things that help people feel like I do in this moment. I want to let people know that they're not alone. I want to help people know that there's beauty to experience in the world. I want to let people know that there's more to life than their current reality. And I got to see that. That was a light in my life. And so as I'm, flash forward to the present moment and I'm kind of having these feelings again of, I don't know what I'm meant to do here. I feel like I'm kind of lost. I'm stuck. All of these energies, I'm depressed. Like, what's my purpose here? Why am I even, you know, on this planet right now? What am I doing? I have been able to come back to that knowing of wanting to share the beauty of life with others because life can be so beautiful. It's just the perspective. It's the lens, some shots look good with this lens over that lens. It is all perspective. And so I've been diving into creating again with film and creating fun fall videos. I'm kind of just testing out everything. I started with food content, but then I was like, I don't want to just do food content. I want to do everything. I just want it to be me, my aesthetic. And so, what is my aesthetic? Well, I love music. I really love fashion. I love food. I love crafting. I love talking. I love, the outdoors. So let's just create. Let's just film everything and see what sticks. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's been really fun. I've actually gotten back into my enjoyment for editing, which has been nice. And I've been learning how to edit and learning new things. It makes me feel empowered. And as I'm also, job searching, I think I was called at the beginning to get back into film, potentially freelancing, and that scared me because it feels like a lot, right? It's scary because I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to unfold. And so I decided to kind of ignore that and play it safe and apply to other jobs that I thought would, give me the money, give me the security, give me all of that, which is fine and dandy. Like, if you need that, then go for that. But will that actually fulfill me? I don't know. I don't know. And so yesterday I made the move and I reached out to an old film colleague and we're going to see what happens there. I'm seeking discomfort. I can do anything. Seeking, just growth and expansion by knowing that anything's possible and opportunities will align as long as I take the step towards that alignment. we can get these intuitive hits, we can get these messages, we can get, you know, the calling, that inspiration. But if we don't act on the inspiration, if we don't actually take a step forward, the universe is like, okay, I guess they don't want that, so we're not going to give anything. But if you continue to make those steps forward, then the universe is like, oh, okay, they actually want this. So they'll start placing opportunities for you. And so I sat in neutral for a hot minute. I was idling. And now I feel this energy coming in, and it's this uplifting energy. And I'm ready to share this beauty with the world, to share my voice, to share my perspective, to just start sharing again. And it's okay. I've really had to come to this, and my partner has helped me a lot with this. It's okay to start something and then to put it down and to come back to it at a later date. I think it's easy for me to feel like a failure when I start these big projects and I have all of these ideas, and then the energy shifts and I'm moving through something totally different. And so I've neglected all of these projects. But I think that's when growth happens. That's when, checking yourself and checking your intentions, checking, am I doing this from a pure energy, or am I doing this because I feel like I have to? It's a good moment to check yourself. And then trust me when I say that energy will come back. It might not be in the same way, but it'll come back into your life in the way that it needs to. And so I've been finding that again, and I do love this podcast. I love sharing, and I feel like I'm ready to share again. I'm ready to get that rolling. I don't know what the schedule will look like. I'm just going to intuitively sit down when I feel called, and we'll roll with that for right now. I'm trying to create a video a week on the other YouTube channel. So if you want to see my life and more of my, non spiritual side, my human self, you can go check out that. I still have some spiritual elements because obviously that is a huge part of me. I'm doing a Samhain altar, so stay tuned for that video, probably dropping in late October. And then I did, with my fall fits video, I did some reflections with that as well. So definitely still catering to the spiritual baddies, because we love them. So that's the affirmation. Those are the symbol cards. That's a little bit of just where I've been right now, what I've been moving through, and where I'm going. I want to capture the beauty that this earth holds, that humans hold, because we often forget that it exists. So in that too, I have been wanting to experience my city more. And I encourage everyone to do this because I was in the mindset for a long time that I needed to move somewhere else. I've talked about this. I need to move somewhere else. This is not serving me, blah, blah, blah. And I was looking at this place so poorly. And I've had some experiences lately where I'm like, oh my God, this is my city? Like, this is cool. I forgot about this. I've been to some festivals recently. I've also just been trying to experience the nature side more and get out. I don't really have a second space right now. I'm at home a lot because I am just kind of still job searching after losing my job. Um, and so I've been trying to create these second spaces. I'm going to the gym, which has really helped. I've been twice now, so just hold your horses. I'm very sore today, but oh my goodness, I went to the gym yesterday, could not sleep last night because of how much energy was moving through my body. I forgot how much movement changes and shifts your energy. So we're doing that. And then, yeah, there's just a bunch of city events that I've been going to, and I invite you to do this anywhere you are. fall in love with your city by doing something, by experiencing it. You're not going to love where you are if you're not experiencing it. So really get out there. That's been a part of that, getting out of my comfort zone again. And as far as the current energies, so I have noticed that things are coming back up so we can feel their vibration, see if it resonates with where we are and with where we're going. So this could be old patterns resurfacing, old pain. In the October energy update, they were saying that pain will be surfacing, and that could be physical pain, that could be emotional pain, spiritual pain. This pain is going to be resurfacing, and it's important that as these things resurface, we notice how it resonates with us, how it feels in our body. I snapped at my partner the other night and raised my voice, and I haven't done that in a really long time. And I was like, oh, like afterwards, I almost started crying because I was like, I never want to do that to you. I'm so sorry. Like, that really did not feel good in my body at all. And he said the same thing too, because he had snapped as well. And he was like, I didn't like that either. And so these old ways of being are just filtering out, and they're inviting us to choose differently, right? We hear this all the fucking time. If you were doing inner child healing, if you're doing trauma healing, if it's happened in the past, it'll come back in the present. And it's so you can change it. You can choose a different outcome. But it's so true. It's so true. And it's happening a lot right now. Even relationships. I saw someone for the first time in a really long time, and I'm excited to see them again soon, and meet them in this new vibration, right? We get to meet these people in our new vibration and see if it resonates, see if it is still something that's serving us. We are being asked to see if what is current in our life right now, what's coming into our life, still serves us, still resonates with us. And if not, then don't do it. But if so, then act upon it, invite it into your life, because this really is a big purging time. I have been, and it is purging through deeper understandings. And what I mean by this is that things that we have learned are coming in at a very strong and driven energy. Let me rephrase. Let me start that again. Scratch, boop, bop, hey. Um we are purging through deeper understanding, and these deeper understandings are coming in through soul resonance. So you may have learned something in the past. You may have worked with a certain concept in the past. That those concepts are resurfacing, and they're being embodied in a deeper soul resonance, which then raises your vibration and actually purges out what doesn't. It's like a domino effect. Like, you bring that energy in, you have this clarity that you've never had around this energy before, and then that clarity basically allows you to then experience, and it creates a domino effect of experiencing situations where it might trigger an old way of being, but with this newfound awareness, you're able to purge that energy, release it, and choose differently. So these deeper understandings, I've had so many epiphanies, and too, like old ways, not even old ways of being, but new ways of being that are attached to old traumatic experiences. For example, sorry if I'm not making sense. For example, I think I talked about this actually in the last podcast episode, um, where I wanted to travel, and I thought I needed to do this thing to get where I wanted. But that was actually coming from an old traumatic experience of being bullied and needing to fit in. And there was a belief that said I have to do these things in order to fit in or to be loved, to be successful. That wormholed its way into a totally different but somewhat parallel experience. And through the awareness, through that deeper understanding that came through, this clarity that came through and allowed me to piece the puzzles together, I was able to purge that energy. So that's happening a lot right now. And we are also purging through memories. I've had this come up so much recently in my Akashic Records readings. Also, self plug, if you want an Akashic Records reading, if you want a light language healing activation, if you want a channel personal meditation, DM me on Instagram, comment on YouTube. I will get back to you and we can set this up. I do my stuff through Telegram right now. So we'll connect on Telegram and then we can call, or I'll send a voice message, or we can do it just through Instagram or TikTok. So my website is down right now. She's down for the count. I needed to stop that subscription to save some money. And also, I just feel she needed an evolution. And am I ready to embark on that? Not quite. So we're just doing DMs right now, which works just as well. So if you want one of those, reach out. And in my current sessions with people, this phenomenon has been coming up for like several. I've had it come through for like 7 people recently within like the past 2 weeks. Um, Let me rephrase, probably like month and a half. um, and it's the phenomenon of receiving memory flashbacks. And I've also been receiving this. This has been happening for me the entirety of 2025, but I've had it come through a lot recently. And it's basically when you take a moment to meditate or to drop in, or even if you're just going about your day, you start to receive these like old memories. And they're old memories, and you might be like, that's weird. I haven't thought of that in like a really long time. Or that's, why do I keep seeing like my ex-boyfriend from 2 boyfriends ago? Like why do I keep thinking about these things? It's an invitation to open in that receive energy, to open up and allow it to just play out, to play out. It is an energy that has been held in your field and that wants to be released, which is why it's coming forward. But when we don't actually create the space for it to flow out, it just ends up circulating in our being, in our subconscious, in our body, physical ailment, or energetic stagnancy. It just ends up kind of staying and becoming this excess energy in our being. And this was also another theme for the October update. We're being hit with lots of energy, and then all of this energy from the inside is kind of coming to the surface. And so there's just a ton of excess energy that we do not need to be carrying around. So ground the energy, send it to the earth, that excess that you're being hit with. But then with these internal energies surfacing, this exercise is one that I've been doing that has really helped. And it's one that the Akashic Records and the guides have been sharing through me to other people. And you'll basically just sit in meditation and you can ask Spirit, I'm ready to filter out any memories, any energies that are ready to be released. And then you just sit there with your closed eyes, sitting in a neutral state. You just sit there and the processing will begin. You can even say, like, Spirit, I'm ready to process out any information, the energy, and memories that no longer need to be in my auric field, in my body, whatever you want to say. And just allow it to flow out, and you'll start to see it. It'll be this like film roll of memories, and you'll be taken literally down. It's called memory lane for a reason, because it will feel that way. It'll feel like memory, which then triggers a memory, which then triggers another memory, which then triggers a memory, and so on and so forth, until you kind of feel it stop. And allow yourself, like truly, if you can, just watch it all happen. Watch it all play out. And that is how you know it's being released, it's being let go. Be very aware when you start to play and grab a memory and then start to play inside of it. That's when you're inviting the recirculation to occur and to happen. And so if you're getting frustrated, like, why do I keep thinking about this thing? Create the space and just let it come forward and play out. And it might invite you to do some work. It might invite you to do some pondering, some thinking. Don't be hard on yourself, first of all, if any shame comes forward for this memory. But second of all, watch and see where you might be triggered. Allow emotions to come forward if they need to. And then just breathe it out. Literally just breathe it out. And this will help the purging process, this flashback releasing that has been coming through will really, really help you. And it's beautiful because with these releases, you're creating space for more. You're creating the capacity to hold more energy, new experiences, new memories, new people, new places, new things in this new vibration. We are exponentially changing and evolving right now. And so that is why we're being asked to release so much. It's because we are also being asked to hold a lot of new vibration, a lot of new energy. So the more you help this release, the more newness you'll be able to hold. And to end the podcast, I really want to do a channeled message on dreaming versus delusion. So this is an interesting concept, and it's pretty present because we've just gone through an eclipse season that was full of Pisces energy, full of Virgo energy and Pisces energy. And the Pisces energy, I know this personally, I'm a Pisces sun. She can be delusional as fuck, okay? So esoteric, so ethereal, but she can lose sight of what's actually going on. And I want to get clear because dreaming is the power of the Pisces, right? It's dreamy. She's able to dream big and further than anyone else, and that is really a beautiful thing. That is why a lot of times I feel like I came here to hold the vision, to hold the frequency of the vision where I know Earth can be, because a lot of other people can't see it. They can't see past all of the chaos and the war and the shit that's happening. However, it's important that we are staying very real, that we are grounding these dreams, and we don't get wrapped up in the delusion, the delusional aspect. And so I want to channel and just ask about like that fine line between dreaming and delusion, and see if there's, anything in my life or anything that might be going on in your lives that is feeding this energy. So let's jump in, and I will go ahead and ask. I'm going to tap into maybe my Akashic records with the intent of channeling for the collective, just in case you were wondering. As in guardians of the Akashic records, I call upon you today to please be with me as I open the records. I open the records with the intention to inquire about the dreaming energy versus the delusion energy. the fine line that is dreaming versus delusion, and any information that would help the collective listening to this episode. I'm grateful for you, grateful to be with you, grateful to receive, grateful to share. The Akashic records are now open. Okay. I've connected with an Antwanian being from the Andes Mountains. Never heard this name before. Never met an Antwanian being. And they are saying that they specialize in the dream realm and are very connected. Apparently, this area of the earth is very connected to the ability to dream big and to have vivid dreams. And they're saying that dreaming is when you are able to see the good. It is when you are able to see the expansion and the growth that is possible for oneself. You are able to see the collective growth, the collective exchange, the expansion to new ways of being. Where delusion comes in to cover up something that we wish not to experience, that we wish not to accept, and that we wish not to have in our lives. Delusion comes in and is fed by fear, it's fed by lack, and it is also fed by the want to experience something without actually taking the action to get there. Where dreaming is simply just witnessing the experience unfold. It's witnessing what is possible, and then you can do whatever it is you wish with that dream. You can take action towards that dream, you can hold that dream, you can allow it to exist within you as a knowing. Delusion, however, is wanting an outcome without having to take that action. It's wanting to get from point A to point B without ever experiencing the in-between. Is there anything else that you want us to know about delusion? Wow. She said delusion is wanting to heal without wanting to accept that darkness can prevail, in the sense that wanting to be healed and then ignoring all the darkness within that's causing you to be wounded or to be traumatized or triggered. It's basically, I am healed, I am a light being. It's kind of what we call spiritual bypassing. I am a light being, I am a light worker, no darkness exists, no polarity exists. And then when that polarity occurs or you experience darkness, you kind of ask, well, why is this happening? And then you just dump a bunch of light on it without actually getting to the root of it, experiencing that darkness so you can experience more light. That's very interesting. And this comes up right now because a lot of people are wishing to ignore the fact that they have power to shift the world. And she's channeling now. You act as though you have no ability to shift what's going on, what's occurring, and this is a delusional state. You ask, why is this happening? Why are we doing this? Why is this continuing? And then you feed the systems that are creating the chaos, creating the war, creating the pain. This is delusion. We ask that you sit in the dream state, that you sit in dreaming and knowing what's possible, knowing what's available for you through these dreams, and then taking action to make the dreams become a reality. Dreams are able to become a reality. Delusion is fed by hiding. It is fed by hiding behind the light, hiding from what it is that would actually bring you what it is you wish to experience. It's hiding the fact that, yes, people are dying on this planet. in horrible ways. Dreaming is knowing that this can be stopped and knowing that you have the power to do this. Delusion is acting as though it does not exist and then doing nothing to make that shift. Delusion can lead to pain. Dreaming leads to wonder and your truest ability for self-power. We work with the dream energies in the mountain ranges. There are a lot of elementals that work with the energy of dreaming, that are holding the frequency of New Earth, and that is why you have been called to converse with the Antwanian beings. We hold the energy and we help people take action towards their dreams. Call upon us when you wish to experience your dreams, when you want support in seeing that your dreams are possible for you. We help to remove delusion energy, for it benefits none other than the singularity. A lot of the dark energies on your planet right now are experiencing delusion. Now, we want to be clear that illusion and delusion are also different energies. The illusion is when you feel and experience something that you think is working, that you think is benefiting all. It is when you have been fed and programmed to believe something. You are dropping the illusions, but do be careful not to fall into delusion, which is the energy of ignorance, really. And a lot of the darker energies are experiencing delusion because they do not want to see humans empowered. They do not want to see the human being rise above and expand. And so they are playing into the delusion that this will not happen, and that if they do these certain things, the light will be ignored. And this is not true, for delusion is not real. We send blessings to you. We send blessings to you. We send blessings to you. It's a very interesting message. Wow, sorry, I need to come back. That was very high vibrational. Oh my goodness. Whew, wow, that was very interesting. I hope you received something from that. I'm gonna have to listen to that back and allow it to just sink in. Um, Dreaming is what can occur when we take the action to experience all that is possible for us, where delusion is a mechanism that helps us hide from what we wish not to experience, basically, is what I gathered from that. And it's important that we aren't hiding from ourselves. And I think I have definitely dropped some delusions in all of my recent epiphanies and experiences. Yeah, just being mindful. Where are you hiding in your life? What are you hiding from? Why are you hiding from it? Just gently ask those questions and step out of the delusion. You know, it's fun to be delusional. It's super fun. It feels really nice, but it doesn't actually get you anywhere. So that was really nice to hear. That was really good. I think we will leave it at that. So I am grateful for you. I'm grateful if you are still listening to the podcast after this break that I've experienced and had and taken. I definitely really much so needed to put everything down and return to it in a new state. We're almost at the end of 2025, thank God. And I feel 2026, 2027, and 2028 will be a very nice shakeup. We're gonna see a lot of things change. So get ready for that. Stay in that receiving and watch where you can give. I love how I don't, if you're watching this, the receive card literally just flew and left me with a gift card. So, what can you give this world? You are important. You are meant to be here. And you are most importantly so loved. Much love to you. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more podcasts. Hit that notification bell so you can stay in the loop for when I post. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your spooky fall season. Much love to you, and bye for now.